Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. Hope you guys doing well as we're here for the third game of the day here on Fan as Coventry City take on Ipswich Town. Championship opposition vs Premier League opposition. So hopefully be a good game. The game was delayed by 10 minutes. I'm not sure why, but to be honest, it was helpful, to be honest, because it was such tight time between games. So Ipswich going with three at the back, three in midfield, three up front with one sitting behind the three. So it's a 3-4 3 formation for Ipswich. It's diamond formation by the looks of it. Oh, did I miss the Coventry line up there? I think so. So apologies, guys. Let me see if I can get it here. Spare me a second. So Coventry going with three at the back, five across the midfield, and two up front. According to that, I'm not sure when they. I'm seeing here that actually Ipswich are going four at the back, five in midfield and one up front. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Um, So teams on the field. We're about to get underway, guys. Don't forget, if you could, please do hit the like button if you like us covering your team or this game. That's the best way to let us know if you appreciate our efforts. Third game today for me here on Fandom. So we're about to get underway. So Ipswich playing in pink, an all pink strip, and Coventry playing in a dark blue strip. I'm saying penalty awarded there. So Coventry get us underway. Ball knocked long down the field. It's headed back in the direction it came from by Ipswich. Coventry now picking up the ball on the edge of the centre circle, but it's won back by Ipswich, and now Ipswich charging forward down the centre. Ball played into the box. Ipswich brought down, and the referee points to the spot. 30 seconds in, and already we've got a talking point. It's just a long ball forward by Ipswich in behind the Coventry defence. And Coventry scrambling to get back there, making the challenge, and ended up fouling the Ipswich player inside the box. So penalty for Ipswich here. So Hurst to take it. Penalty. And he smashes it low and hard into the far corner of the net. And Ipswich take the lead. Hurst with the goal from the penalty spot. Coventry with work to do as they find themselves 1-0 down within the first minute of the game. The goalkeeper did go the right way, but couldn't get to it. So just waiting for the game to get restarted. Just to let you guys know, in the other FA Cup games, Cardiff have taken the lead against Stoke. No goals in the other games so far. Now back underway as Coventry with the possession on the far side. Ipswich challenge for it. Coventry knocking it as they're trying to keep the ball in play there, but they've ended up knocking it behind and out of play. So that's going to be a goal kick to Ipswich. So now Ipswich with the ball knocked long, straight down the centre of the field, trying to get in behind the Coventry defence again here as Coventry scrambling to get back. But I think the flag's gone up this time for offside. Yep, so that's going to be a goal, a free kick for Coventry. The flag gone up for offside against Ipswich. It's a tight one, tight offside that. Now Coventry with the possession midway inside their own half as they now try to come forward. Ipswich trying to challenge. Coventry just managing to retain it there as they cut it back to the edge of their own box. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side. It's knocked long down the field as Ipswich challenged for it and managed to win it back there. Ipswich just playing it back to the goalkeeper. So Ipswich now with the possession as it's played out towards the far side. They edge the way outside their own box here as Coventry just sitting off there. Ipswich play it back to the goalkeeper. Now Ipswich working the ball out wide on the far side as they quickly edge the way forward here. Coventry come to press the ball again. But Ipswich again just play it back to the goalkeeper on the edge of their own box. Now Ipswich trying to build from the back as they edge their way forward here. Coventry again coming to press the ball well from the front as Ipswich again forced to play it back to the goalkeeper. So if you are just joining us, guys, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing. We are 5 minutes in. It's Coventry 0, Ipswich 1. Ipswich scoring from the penalty spot. We're a minute into the game. Now Ipswich with the possession in the middle of the park. It's played out wide on this near side as Coventry shifting players across to press the ball. Ipswich just cutting it back there as they play it back to the edge of their own box. And now trying to come forward here as Ipswich cautiously switch the play out wide to the far side. Coventry coming to press the ball. It's chipped forward, won back by Coventry midway inside their own half of the field. It's just played back to the Coventry goalkeeper. Now Coventry come forward again as it's played out wide on the far side. Just cut back as they play it back to the goalkeeper again there, Coventry. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side as Ipswich knocking it forward. Coventry trying to challenge. As the referee's blown for a foul there. That's going to be a free kick to Coventry on this near side of the field. Yeah, just a pull from the Ipswich player there. So Coventry with a free kick on this near side. It's about 10 yards from the halfway line, right up against the touchline. Taken short. Now forced to play it back to the goalkeepers. Ipswich pressing well from the front. Coventry, they played it forward down, gifted possession back to Ipswich, but as Ipswich play it into the middle, it's intercepted by Coventry. Now Coventry quickly switching the play out wide on the far side as they race forward. Ball played into the box. It's knocked up into the air as Ipswich forced to head it out of play. And that's going to be a corner on this near side to Coventry. Townsend getting the header on there, just deflecting it wide. So Coventry with a corner on this near side of the field. So Coventry now with the corner. It's crossed into the near post. Oh, Coventry have headed it past the goalkeeper as Coventry equalise. 1-1. Game on. Well, that was a really nice header. And Ipswich stunned there with the header coming in from the corner for Coventry. Really nice goal, that. Slick movement from Coventry. Ball crossed in at the near post. And it was the Coventry player quickest to respond as he just heads it into the far corner of the net with a glancing header. Well, we've got a game on here, guys. Now Ipswich with the possession on the edge of this centre circle. Less than 10 minutes on the clock, and we've already had 2 goals. Ball knocked forward as Ipswich now chipping it out wide to the far side as they come forward here. Coventry pressing to win it back as they've managed to win it back momentarily there, but as they play it forward, it's intercepted by Ipswich on the halfway line. Now Ipswich just playing it back out wide on the far side as they knock it forward, challenged by Coventry. Ipswich managing to retain it as they chip it forward on that far side, and it just bounces out of play there for Coventry, throwing midway inside their own half. Throwing taken short. Now Coventry play it forward as it's deflected out of play close to the halfway line by Ipswich. And that's going to be another corner. So another throw into Coventry on the far side, about a yard from the halfway line. So Coventry now with the ball back in play. It's chipped forward. So it just bounces out of play again on that far side, but this time it's a throw into Ipswich midway inside their own half. Now they play it back to the edge of their own box as Ipswich eventually playing it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Coventry pushing players forward to press the ball. Now Ipswich edging the way forward here. It's played out towards the far side. Ipswich just again playing it back to the goalkeeper as they keep the possession on the edge of their own box here. Coventry just sitting off at the moment. As Ipswich now playing it out wide to this near side. Coventry pressing to try and win it back there. As Ipswich now not moving out from the back quickly here, Ipswich. Now it's played out wide on the far side as they chip it forward up to the halfway line. It's won back by Coventry. Now Coventry trying to come forward, quickly moving it down that far side as they race towards the edge of the box here. Coventry ball crossed in and the goalkeeper manages to intercept it at the far post. That was a decent cross there. And there was an on-running Coventry player. Goalkeeper had to intercept that, or Coventry would have been in with an open goal. Now the ball with Ipswich. Ipswich just looking a little bit nervous at the back at the moment as they now knock the ball long straight down the centre of the field, trying to get in behind the Coventry defence, but the ball bounces out on this near side as it goes out for a throw into Coventry. So Coventry with a throw in midway inside their own half on this near side of the field. Ball back in play. Now Coventry trying to come forward. Ipswich challenge for it. Ipswich managing to win it back there as they just play it back into the centre circle. Coventry pushing players forward to press the ball. Ipswich now working it out towards this near side as they knock it long straight down this near side of the field, and too much on that as it just bounces out of play for a throw in right next to the corner flag. Don't forget, guys, if you could, if you're new to the channel, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing. Would be appreciated. And likes do help us identify which clubs and games you guys appreciate us covering here on Fanden as we cover games right across the UK at the moment, while we learn to identify which clubs appreciate our efforts the most. Now the ball back in play as it's headed forward by Ipswich, and eventually they've knocked it out of play on this near side for another throw into Coventry, midway inside the Coventry half. We're just coming up towards 13 minutes gone, guys. Still 1-1. Ball now played forward, and it's gone out for another throw in. Just to let you know, Bournemouth have taken the lead against Everton, and Cardiff are now 2-0 up against Stoke. Fulham 1-0 up against Wigan. Now the ball played back into the middle as Ipswich now on the edge of the centre circle, just inside their own half as they just cut it back. Coventry just sitting off there at the moment as Ipswich now switch the play out wide on the far side. Coventry coming to challenge. Ipswich managing to retain it there as they play it forward. As Coventry has won it back here. Now Coventry trying to get on the counter-attack as they play the ball up towards the edge of the box. And, wow, Coventry, the goalkeeper quickly came out to try and intercept the ball. And the Coventry player's gone down there. What's the referee going to give here? Was he fouled? Well, he tried to knock it round the goalkeeper and ended up clattering into the keeper, but the referee, I think he's given it for an offside, to be fair. But so free kick to Ipswich. That was a questionable decision. Now Ipswich with the possession midway inside their own half as they play it out wide on the far side. Coventry coming to press the ball. Ipswich just playing it back to the goalkeeper there. Now Ipswich edging the way out to the far side of the field. It's played back into the middle. As now they push forward. Coventry just sitting off at the moment as Ipswich work their way up towards the halfway line. It's worked out wide on this near side. And now Ipswich playing it forward. Coventry coming to press the ball. Ipswich managing to retain it. It's played into the box here as it's taken to the byline, trying to get the crossing, but it's blocked off by Coventry, and that's deflected behind for a corner to Ipswich on this near side of the field. So Ipswich with the corner on this near side. Ball crossed in. It's right into the mix, headed up into the air. Not fully cleared as Ipswich managed to intercept it on the edge of the box. They knock it back out wide on this near side as they knock it forward there. And it's deflected off the Coventry defender and goes out for another corner to Ipswich on this near side. So Ipswich now with the corner. It's crossed in deep. Headed. The referee's blown for a foul inside the box. So that's going to be a free kick to Coventry. Didn't see what happened there in the box, but the referee has given the free kick. So Coventry to get us back underway. It's now knocked up the field. Both sets of players trying to win it there. It's knocked out wide on the far side. The referee's given a free kick here to Coventry on the far side. The foul came in from Jarden, the Ipswich player there. Yeah, it's not much in that, to be honest. They both went for the ball, but it was the Coventry player that took the knock from the challenge. So Coventry with the free kick out on that far side. It's a good distance from goal, about 30 yards out on the far side. More chance for a cross here rather than a shot. You never know. Players lined up on the edge of the box, anticipating a cross. Ball is crossed in, headed towards goal as it just goes over the top of the crossbar, and that will be a goal kick to Coventry. Sorry, to Ipswich, sorry. So goal kick now for Ipswich as they get us back underway. Ball chipped out wide on this near side. It's headed on there by Ipswich. Coventry coming to challenge. Coventry managing to win it back now as they just play it back to the goalkeeper. Now the goalkeeper knocks the ball forward. It's headed back in the direction it came from by Ipswich. Now both sets of players trying to win it there. As eventually it's headed out of play on this near side for a throw-in. So Coventry with the throw-in midway inside their own half on this near side of the field. Ball thrown forward as Ipswich head it towards the halfway line. Now Coventry managing to pick up the ball inside the centre circle. As Coventry now racing out wide on the far side. Ipswich coming to press the ball. Coventry just managing to retain it there as they're forced to cut it back under pressure, but still with the possession. As they just force back to the halfway line here as Ipswich push players forward to press the ball. Now Coventry switching the play out to this near side of the field. So forced back into their own half here and eventually playing all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now it's worked out wide again on this near side for Coventry as they play it forward. It's worked up to the halfway line as now they quickly move the ball down this near side. Racing towards the edge of the box here, Coventry. Ball crossed in as it's knocked away by Ipswich, but not cleared. As Coventry picking it up on the far side. It's just cut back. They try and get the shot off, but it's blocked off. And Ipswich unable to keep the ball there. As Coventry now with the ball crossed in, and the goalkeeper manages to pluck the ball out the air. And that relieves the pressure momentarily for Ipswich. Been an end-to-end game so far, guys. Now Ipswich with the possession on the edge of their own box as Coventry come to press the ball. Well, Ipswich just play it back to the goalkeeper. Now Ipswich trying to play out from the back as they knock the ball forward down the centre. Coventry trying to challenge, but Ipswich managed to retain it. Now they chip it out wide on the far side. Racing forward now up towards the Coventry box. Ball crossed in. It's deflected behind by Coventry. And that's going to be a corner on the far side for Ipswich. So if you're just joining us, guys, and you like us covering your team or this game, then please hit that like button. Helps us identify which clubs you guys appreciate us covering. We are currently on 21 minutes gone. It's Coventry 1, Ipswich 1. Corner now on the far side for Ipswich. Ball crossed in. Knocked towards goal as it just goes over the top of the crossbar. And that will be a goal kick to Coventry. Not a bad effort, just hit it straight on the volley, but couldn't get it on target. So goalkeeper now to get us back underway as he knocks it straight down the field, out wide to the far side. It's headed on. As both sets of players trying to win it there, but Coventry managed to come away with it as they try and play it into the box, but it's deflected behind by Ipswich, and that's going to be a corner on the far side to Coventry. So corner on the far side to Coventry. Corner comes in. It's short, knocked away by Ipswich. Coventry winning it back further up the field. Oh, they've ended up knocking it out of play on the far side. And that's going to be a throw into Ipswich, midway inside their own half of the field. So Ipswich take the throw in quickly. It's just played back to the edge of their own box here. Ipswich now edging the way forward as Coventry pushing players forward here to press the ball. Ipswich managing to retain the possession. Now it's worked out wide on the far side as they play it forward. It's challenged by Coventry, but Ipswich managed to retain it. Now they play it into the middle, switching the play out on this near side. Space to run into here as Ipswich race towards the edge of the box. It's crossed in, intercepted by Coventry. And now Coventry trying to relieve the pressure as they knock it long up the field. It's won back by Ipswich on the halfway line. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side. It's chipped forward. So it's headed back in the direction it came from. Now Ipswich with the possession inside the centre circle. It's played forward and a knocked out of play on this near side. And that gone out for a throw into Ipswich. Taken quickly. Ipswich just playing it back into their own half. Now the ball worked out wide on the opposite side of the field as Coventry come to challenge for it, and it's just gone out of play on the far side for a throw-in. So just to let you guys know, 1-1 here at the moment. Bournemouth 1-0 up against Everton. Cardiff 2-0 up against Stoke. Wigan 1-0 down to Fulham in the FA Cup. In the Scottish Cup, guys, Dundee 2-0 up against Adrians. Livingston 1-0 up against Cove Rangers. St Mirren still 0-0 with Hamilton Academic. And in the English Championship, guys, Norwich 0-0 at the moment with Derby. Sheffield United 1-1 with Portsmouth. In English League 1, guys, Bolton 0, Crawley Town 0, Burton Albion 1, Blackpool 0, Huddersfield 0, Reading 0, Lincoln City 1-0 up against Cambridge. Peterborough, Birmingham postponed because of the FA Cup, I think. And Rotherham 0-0 with Shrewsbury. Ipswich now with the possession on this near side of the field as they've got a throw in. Ball thrown back in. As Coventry tried to challenge for it, Ipswich just managing to retain it there. Played back into the middle as they now switch the play out to the opposite side of the field. Ipswich managing to keep the ball there. It's now they charge forward on the far side. Coventry challenge, but Ipswich just managed to keep the ball there. Now it's cut back as they play it into the middle. Apologies, guys, if you notice the radar just slightly ahead of me and what I'm seeing on the TV. So apologies, guys, I have no control over it, but I always put the radar on when I can to keep you guys pumped what's going on in the game. Coventry, Ipswich on the halfway line as Coventry come to challenge. Ipswich just managing to retain it. Now they chip it forward on this near side as Coventry deflected out of play for a throw-in on this near side to Ipswich. Throw-in taken quickly. Now Ipswich with the possession. It's just played back to the halfway line. Coventry coming to press the ball. Ipswich managing to retain it. Now it's played forward as now Ipswich in behind the Coventry defence, racing towards the byline. Ball crossed into the box here as Ipswich with the shot. Oh, it's into the far corner of the net as Clark scores the second goal for Ipswich, low and hard, and it nestles into the far corner of the net. Coventry 1, Ipswich 2. Coventry should have closed him down a bit quicker there. Really nice goal that for Ipswich. Well, Ipswich took the lead early on with that penalty, and Coventry quickly replied. Will we see Coventry reply again to conceding that second goal? And looks like Ipswich looks like might be making a substitution here. Now Coventry back with the possession. I'll say now play the ball out wide on this near side. Ipswich coming to press the ball. Coventry just managing to retain it. They cut it back into the middle. Now switching the play out wide on the far side as Coventry come forward. Ipswich closing the space there. Coventry just managing to keep the possession on the halfway line. Now Coventry edging the way forward. It's chipped up towards the edge of the box here as Ipswich managed to intercept it but couldn't keep the ball under control there as Coventry winning it back. Now Coventry trying to come forward on the far side but quickly challenged there by Ipswich, and Ipswich managed to come away with it. Now Ipswich trying to get on the attack as they knock it forward. It's won back by Coventry, who just play it back to the goalkeeper. Coventry now knocking the ball forward. As they play it out towards the touchline on this near side. It's challenged by Ipswich. Coventry now with a long crossfield ball right out to the opposite side of the field as they now charge forward into the Ipswich half. Working the ball up towards the edge of the box here. Ipswich scrambling to get bodies back as Coventry just cut it back there. A bit too much purchase on the ball, but they managed to keep the possession. Now they play it into the middle. It's worked out wide on this near side. Ball played to the byline as they try and get the crossing. It's blocked off there by Ipswich. And the ball deflected behind for a corner to Coventry on this near side of the field. So Coventry now with the corner on this near side of the field. We are 31 minutes gone, guys. Coventry 1, Ipswich 2. Corner comes in. It's deep as it's headed behind there by Ipswich, and that's going to be another corner to Coventry, this time on the opposite side of the field. So corner, second corner here for Coventry on the far side. Ball crossed in, right into the mix as the goalkeeper just manages to intercept that comfortably, and that relieves the pressure momentarily for Ipswich. Don't forget, guys, please do hit the like button if you could, and thank you very much if you have already. So Ipswich now to play out from the back. I say, work the ball out wide on this near side. It's chipped long up towards the halfway line. Coventry trying to challenge. Ipswich managing to retain it. Now they race into the centre circle. Ball worked out wide on the far side as Ipswich quickly moving forward here. Shot comes in from the edge of the box as the goalkeeper just manages to make the save and eventually does gather the ball. End-to-end game so far, guys. Plenty of goal mouth action in this one so far. Uh, well, we've got a stoppage here for one of the Ipswich players needing treatment. So while we wait for the game to get back underway, let's have a quick look what's going on around the grounds, guys. In the FA Cup, as we know, it's 2-1 here to Ipswich at the moment. Everton have conceded a second, so Bournemouth 2-0 up now against Everton. Still nil Preston, 0-0 Preston Wickham. Southampton, Burnley still 0-0. Stoke pull one back against Cardiff. It's Stoke 1, Cardiff 2. Wigan still 1-0 down to Fulham. In the Scottish Cup, guys, Dundee 3-0 up now against Adrian's. Livingston 1-0 up against Cove Rangers, and St Johnstone still 0-0 with Hamilton Academic. English Championship, guys. Norwich 0-0 with Derby County. Sheffield United 1-1 with Portsmouth. And in English League One, guys, Bolton 0-0 with Crawley Town. Burton 1-up against Blackpool. Huddersfield 0-0 with Reading. Lincoln City 1-1 with Cambridge United. In English League Two, Accrington 0-0 with Wimbledon, Barrow 0-0 with Gillingham, Colchester 0-0 with Walsall, Crewe Alexandra 1-0 down to Newport County, Fleetwood 1-0 up against Cheltenham Town, and Carlisle have taken the lead against Grimsby Town, and 0-0 in all the other games so far in English League Two. And in the Scottish Championship, guys, Falkirk 3-2 up against Partick Thistle. We'll read out the Scottish lower leagues later on. No games today, I don't think. Is there in the Northern Irish? Oh, yep, there is. The Northern Irish League. Carrick Rangers 0-0 with Colorino. Glentown 0-0 with Dungannon Swift, and Larne 1-0 down to Crusaders. So 3 games going on in Northern Ireland this afternoon. Ball played down the field as Ipswich now with the possession. It's worked out wide on the far side, intercepted by Coventry. Coventry just playing it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper now chips the ball long straight down the centre of the field. It's headed on. So now Coventry coming forward down the centre. It's played out wide on the far side as they cross it up to the box. And Coventry trying to get the header on it there, but the ball just gets away from them as it comes out this near side of the field. Coventry now with the ball crossed in. It's deep towards the back post. So they've ended up deflecting the ball out of play. And that's going to be a goal kick to Ipswich. So Ipswich now to play out from the back. Question marks of a foul there early on. Ball now knocked straight down the field as it's knocked out wide on this near side and goes out for a throw into Ipswich midway inside the Coventry half. Now Ipswich with the possession on this near side. Ball back in play. Coventry coming to challenge for it. Ipswich managing to retain it. Now Ipswich playing it forward. It's won back by Coventry. Coventry now playing it into the edge of the centre circle. It's worked out wide on this near side as Coventry forced to play it back to the goalkeeper here. Ipswich pushing players forward to press the ball. Coventry now working it out wide on the far side. Oh, it's won back by Ipswich. Ipswich quickly playing it into the box, and Ipswich have scored the third, smashing it past the goalkeeper at the far post. 37 minutes gone. It's Coventry 1, Ipswich 3. Yeah, Coventry's mistake there was trying to play out from the back, while Ipswich had plenty of players pressing the ball from the front. And it's ended up costing them with sloppy possession out on that far side of the field. So Ipswich making the high press count. And it's Clark again with the goal for Ipswich. That's his second of the game. Now Coventry get us back underway. Ball just played back to their centre backs as Ipswich pressing the ball. Coventry knocking it long in behind the Ipswich defence, but too much on it as the ball just bounces all the way back to the Ipswich goalkeeper. Now Ipswich with the ball played out to the far side of the field. Coventry coming to press the ball. Ipswich play it into the middle. It's worked back out wide on the far side. It's now Ipswich working the ball forward. Coventry challenge for it. Coventry managing to win it there. Now Coventry playing it into the centre of the park. It's worked just out towards the touchline on that far side. As now they come back inside. Coventry managing to keep the ball. As the referee blows for a foul. It's a free kick to Coventry on the edge of the box there. That was a lunging challenge from the Ipswich defender. So Coventry with a free kick here in a dangerous position right on the edge of the D. So Coventry just lining up the ball there on the edge of the D. And Ipswich just building their wall. Looks like quite a long wall. Just waiting to see the better camera angle to tell you how many players in that wall. It's a 5-man wall with 1 man behind it. Shot comes in. It's deflected wide as it just goes out for a corner on this near side to Coventry. Yeah, it's not the best effort as he just blasted it straight into the wall. So corner on this near side for Coventry. Corner comes in. Right into the mix of bodies. Knocked away. Coventry picking it up on the edge of the box. Shot comes in. And it's gone wide. I'm not sure if it took a deflection there as it travelled through all the bodies. But I think the referee's given it as a goal kick to Ipswich. Yeah, I think it took a deflection off the Coventry player there, to be fair. So goal kick for Ipswich. Ball knocked long up to the halfway line. Ball sets the place, trying to win it there. Coventry come away with it. Now Coventry playing it out towards this near side. Closed down there by Ipswich. Coventry managing to retain the possession on this near side. It's just cut back there as they play it into the middle of the park. Ipswich coming to press the ball. Coventry just keeping it there as they play it back to the goalkeeper. Now the ball knocked long up the field as it's deflected out on this near side and goes out for a throw-in. So throwing to Ipswich on this near side, midway inside their own half of the field. Ball thrown forward as Ipswich intercept it. Ipswich just playing it back to the keeper there. It's not long down the field. Now both sets of players trying to win it here as the ball eventually got down by Coventry. Now Coventry playing the ball into the centre circle. It's worked out towards the far side as they knock it forward there, but nobody able to get on the end of it as the goalkeeper just comes to intercept it, and that relieves the pressure momentarily for Ipswich. Sorry, guys, yawning my head off. It's been a long day already. As this is the third game we've covered today on Fandom, and I've been at work this morning as well. That is devotion to duty and determination to try and make the Fandom project work. Coventry coming to challenge for it there. Ipswich managing to retain it. So they just play it back into their own half. Now Ipswich with the possession. They keep it out wide on this near side. Push back into the towards the edge of their own box here. Now it's played forward. As again, Coventry try and challenge, but Ipswich managed to retain it. Now it's chipped in behind the Coventry defence, but it just gets away from them there, the ball, as it bounces out on this near side for a throw-in. Oh, the referee's giving it as a free kick there. So free kick to Coventry. So yeah, Bournemouth 2-0 up still against Everton. Cardiff 2-1 up against Stoke. Fulham still 1-0 up against Wigan. Dundee are now 4-0 up against Adrian's in the Scottish Cup. Livingston still 1-0 up against Cove Rangers. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side as Coventry come across trying to win it there, but they've ended up knocking it out of play. No, the referee's is he giving a foul there? He's giving a foul, so free kick to Coventry on this near side. Now Coventry playing it back into the middle. It's worked out wide on the far side as they quickly move the ball forward. Ipswich coming to press the ball. Coventry just managed to retain it there. Played back into the middle. Ball played forward up to the edge of the centre circle. Now Coventry racing out wide on this near side as they come towards the edge of the box here. Ipswich coming to press the ball. Coventry just managing to keep the ball there. As they now work it out wide on this near side. Now Coventry with the possession as they play it towards the edge of the box here. It's worked back out wide on this near side, crossed in, intercepted by Ipswich. Now Ipswich trying to get on the attack as they quickly play it out wide on this near side, charging forward into the Coventry half. Coventry coming across to challenge for it as it's just kept. They've managed to come away with it here, Coventry. Now Coventry playing it into the centre circle as they switch the ball out wide on the far side. 5 minutes have been added on at the end of this first half, guys. I don't know where 5 minutes came from. It's been pretty free flowing. We've not had too many stoppages. I swear these referees are just adding on time for the sake of it. Now Ipswich with the possession as it's played back into the middle of the park. Ipswich playing it out wide on the far side. They knock it forward here. Coventry coming to press the ball. Ipswich just managed to keep it there. Now they play the ball forward as it's chipped in behind the Coventry defence. Too much on the ball as it just goes out of play. And that will be a goal kick to Coventry. So just to let you guys know, in the English Championship, still 0-0 Norwich Derby and Sheffield United 1-1 now with Portsmouth. In English League One, guys, Bolton 0-0 with Crawley still. Burton 1-0 up against Blackpool. Huddersfield 0-0 with Reading. Lincoln 1-1 with Cambridge. And Rotherham still 0-0 with Shrewsbury. Ball knocked down the field as it's headed out towards the far side. Coventry, coming to intercept it. Coventry now just cutting it back there as Ipswich come to press the ball. Coventry now chipping the ball long, trying to get in behind the Ipswich defence, but just couldn't get to it there as the ball bounces back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper now knocks the ball long up the field as the referee blows for the foul there. That's going to be a free kick to Coventry. No, not very good sportsmanship there from Hurst. Went to give his hand to help the Coventry player up after fouling him and then pulled it away. Now, Coventry have lost it here as Ipswich now on the attack. Ball crossed into the box. The goalkeeper just manages to get down and intercept it. And now quickly tries to get his team on the attack, throwing it out wide to the far side. Coventry with the possession as they play it forward. Closed down here by Ipswich. Coventry now with a long crossfield ball out to this near side, but the ball just getting away from them there as it goes out for a throw-in. So Ipswich now with the throw-in. Coventry challenge for it. The referee blows for the foul, and that's going to be a free kick to Ipswich on this near side. Close to the halfway line. Ipswich now knocking it long down this near side. They just get caught offside there as the referee blows for the flag going up. There goes the half-time whistle, guys. And at half-time, it has finished Coventry 1, Ipswich 3. Let's have a look at the half-time match stats, guys. See how that first half has gone in numbers. There's some stats there which you can have a look at in a moment. I'll put them back on in a moment, but I always like to have a look at these stats. Don't forget, if you could, guys, would be appreciated if you could hit that like button, as it does help us out a bit with the algorithm. And if you like us covering your team and want to see us covering your team more in the future, then that is the best way. Just bear with me a second. Should be coming on your screen now if my computer is up. There we go. So this is how the first half has gone in numbers, guys. Total shots, 6 for Coventry and also 6 for Ipswich. Shots on target, 1 for Coventry, 4 for Ipswich. Possession, 51% for Coventry, 49% for Ipswich. Passes, 190 for Coventry, 194 for Ipswich. Pass accuracy, 83% for Coventry, 78% for Ipswich. 2 for Coventry and 6 against Ipswich. Yellow cards, none. No red cards, thankfully. Offsides, 1 for Coventry and 3 for Ipswich. Corners, 5 for Coventry and 3 for Ipswich. So there you go, guys. That's how that first half has gone in numbers. Quick look round the grounds, guys, as we did just quickly read out some of them. In the FA Cup, as we know, 3-1 here to Ipswich. Bournemouth still ahead 2-0 against Everton. Preston 0-0 with Wickham. Southampton 0-0 with Burnley. Stoke 2-1 down to Cardiff. Wigan 1-0 down to Fulham. And the Scottish Cup guys, Dundee 4-0 up against Adrian's. Livingston 1-0 up against Coventry, 0-0 with Hamilton Academic. English Championship guys, Norwich 0, Derby County 0, and Sheffield United 1, Portsmouth 1. English League 1, Bolton 0, Crawley Town 0, Burton Albion Blackpool 0, Huddersfield 0, Reading 0, Lincoln City 1, Cambridge United 1, and Rotherham 0, Shrewsbury Town 0. English League 2 guys, Accrington Stanley 0, Wimbledon 0, Barrow 0, Gillingham 0, Colchester 0, Walsall 0, Crewe Alexander 0, Newport County 2, Fleetwood Town 1, Cheltenham Town 0, Grimsby Town 0, Carlisle United 1, MK Dons 0, Bromley 0, Notts County 0, Morecambe 0, Salford 0, Tranmere 0. Into the Scottish Championship, guys. Falkirk 3, Partick Thistle 2. Scottish League 1, Annan Athletic 0, Dumbarton 0, Arbroath 2, Inverness 0, Montrose 1, Alloa Athletic 0, and Stenhousemere 2, Queen of the South 0. Scottish League 2, Bonnyridge Rose 3, Peterhead 3, Clyde 1, Stranraer 0, Forfar Athletic 0, Edinburgh City 1, Spartans 0, East 5-0, and Stirling Albion 2, Elgin City 0. Women's FA Cup, Aston Villa winning 3-2 earlier against Brighton, and Wolves play Man United at 5:15. And in the Northern Irish Premiership, guys, Carrick Rangers 0, Colorino 0, Glentown 0, Dungannon Swift 0, Larne 0, Crusaders 1. In the Welsh Premiership, guys, it's the New Saints 4, Pennybont 0. That's a full-time result. And Carnforth Town 1, Havisham and West County 1, Cardiff MU 2, Bailey Town 1. And in the Welsh relegation round, Connacht 0, Brittany Ferries 1, and Newtown 1, Barrytown United 1. So there you go, guys, with the exception of non-league. That brings you bang up to date around the grounds. Right, guys, I'm going to go and make myself a fresh coffee. I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to put the radar back on so you guys can see some more stats. Don't forget, please do hit that like button, guys. And feel free to add your comments in the chat if you have anything to say about this game or any other games around the grounds. That's why we call Football Fan Den UK, because we try our best to involve you guys in shows where we can. And that's why we have the live chat open. So feel free to drop a comment. And if you've got any thoughts on this game or any other games going on around the grounds, we'd be happy to hear from you. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Just going to grab a fresh coffee. Back with you in a moment. So, players just coming back out on the field for the second half, guys. Can Coventry get themselves back into this? Or will Ipswich put the game to bed? We get another goal in this second half. I think it's going to determine which way it goes. If Ipswich score early, I think that might seal the game. But if Coventry can pull one back, then we will have a good second half. We'll have to wait and see. It was very end-to-end in that first half, guys, so there is the chance for a goal at either end if it continues that way. So it's going to be Ipswich to kick us off for the second half. Referee gets us underway as Ipswich now just playing the ball back into their own half. It's worked out towards the far side as Coventry quickly come to press the ball. It's not long down the field, headed back in the direction it came from. As now Ipswich picking up the loose ball. It's just played back into their own half as they eventually play it all the way back to the goalkeeper there on the edge of their own box. Goalkeeper now with a long ball straight down the centre of the field. It's headed out towards this near side by Coventry. Coventry trying to keep the ball under control there, but challenged by Ipswich as it's blasted out towards this near side, and Coventry quickly get across and intercept it. Now Coventry knocking it back up to the halfway line. And the referee just stopping the play there. What's he given? Was he giving it? I was given a free kick to Ipswich. I didn't see what was wrong there. So free kick to Ipswich taken quickly. Ball played into the middle of the park. It's now they work it out wide to the far side. Closed down here by Coventry. Ipswich now with the ball chipped up to the halfway line. Ball sets a place trying to win it there. Coventry managing to come away with it. It's now Coventry trying to, it knocked it towards goal, but it's a timid effort. And the goalkeeper easily intercepts that. And now quickly gets Ipswich on the attack. Ball played out wide on this near side. Closed down by Coventry. Ipswich managing to retain it. It's played it back into the middle. Now Ipswich playing the ball into the centre circle. It's worked out towards the far side as Coventry just intercept it there and play it back to the keeper. Keeper now knocks it back up to the halfway line. Ball sets the place trying to win it. Coventry managing to get it down. Say now just play it back to their centre backs on the edge of the centre circle. It's worked out to the opposite side of the field. So closed down here by Ipswich. Coventry just managing to retain the possession, forced to play it back to the keeper though. It's knocked long down the field. Well, sets of players trying to win it, but Coventry, they almost come away with it there, but couldn't keep the ball under control as Ipswich managed to win it back. Now Ipswich just played it back to the keeper. Now Ipswich playing the ball out wide on this near side of the field. Coventry coming to press the ball. Ipswich just play it back to the edge of their own box. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side. It's knocked up to the halfway line. Ipswich still coming here as they work their way through the press. Coventry trying to challenge. Ipswich racing forward, but, the ball just goes out of play on this near side for a throw-in. As the Coventry throw-in midway inside their own half of the field. Now Coventry with the ball back in play as it's knocked forward, intercepted by Ipswich, who just intercept it on this near side of the field. Now it's played forward there as it's won back by Coventry, and now Coventry charging forward down the centre. Shot comes in. Oh, it's just wide of this near side post. Not a bad effort from the edge of the box there. Just couldn't quite get it on target. I think the goalkeeper got fingertips to it as well. Sakamoto with the effort for Coventry. So corner on this near side for Coventry. Ball crossed in, headed on as it comes outside the box. Coventry picking up the loose ball. Now it's chipped back into the box. Goalkeeper comes and punches it away, clatters into the Coventry player. Coventry picking it up on the far side. Now Coventry playing it into the box, challenged by Ipswich. Coventry just managing to retain it, but forced to knock it back up the field as they eventually play it back towards the edge of the centre circle. Now it's worked out wide on the far side as Coventry playing it into the box again, and it's deflected behind. That's going to be another corner for Coventry on the far side this time. Yeah, Coventry complaining to the fourth official there uh, about the goalkeeper clattering into the Coventry player in the box. So Coventry now with a corner on the far side. Ball crossed in. It's short. Headed away by Ipswich at the near post. Coventry picking it up further up the field. Now Coventry cross it back up towards the edge of the box. It's headed on. Ipswich knocking it away. It's not cleared fully yet as Ipswich eventually do chip it back up the field. And Coventry intercept it on the edge of the centre circle. Just cutting it back there, playing it back to the halfway line. As now they work the ball out wide on this near side. Coming forward here as Ipswich come to press the ball. Coventry just cut it back slightly there as they managed to keep the ball in possession. Now it's played forward on this near side as they race to the byline. Ball crossed in. It's deep as it bounces straight across and out to that far side and goes out for a throw into Ipswich. Well, Coventry have come out with determination in this second half, looking to try and pull a goal back. So Ipswich now with the throw-in. Ball thrown long up the field as they managed to get it down under pressure there. Now it's played down the centre, just rolls all the way through there to the Coventry City goalkeeper who's come out of his area to intercept it. Now Coventry racing out wide on this near side. Ball played forward as Ipswich closed to press the ball. And Coventry just played back to the halfway line. Now Coventry knocking it forward again as they again closed down by Ipswich. And the referee has blown for the foul. So just a late, caught him late there. Phillips catching the Coventry player. Yeah, oh yeah, just seeing the replay of it there. He stood on his ankle. So free kick now for Coventry. It's a good distance from goal out on this near side. It's about 45 yards away from goal easily. Not far from the halfway line. Free kick taken. Ball crossed up in towards the edge of the box, headed away by Ipswich. Coventry picking it up on that far side. Now Coventry working it towards the byline, trying to get the cross in, but it's knocked behind by Ipswich. And that's going to be another corner on the far side to Coventry. Well, Coventry with a number of corners in this second half. Can they make one of them count? Ball crossed in, right into the mix of players. Box, Coventry knocking it down there as Ipswich managed to blast it up into the air. It bounces down further up the field. Both sets of players trying to win it here as Coventry managed to come away with it. Coventry knocking it forward, but it's intercepted by Ipswich. You just quickly play it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper closed down here well by Coventry as he's forced to play it out wide on the far side, and Coventry making the challenge. As they managed to come away with it, but as they knock it forward there, it's intercepted by Ipswich. and Ipswich knock it long up the field as the referee blows for another foul. And that's going to be a free kick to Coventry, just inside their own half out on that far side. Free kick taken short. Ipswich pushing players forward to press the ball here. Coventry just knock it back into the middle of the park. Now it's played forward, out wide again on this near side. As Ipswich now playing it back into the middle. Oh, Ipswich managed to come away with it here as they race towards the edge of the box. Coventry make the challenge. Just managed to nick it off their toes inside the box. And now Coventry charging forward. Ball chipped out wide on the far side as they race into the Ipswich half. Ipswich getting bodies back here as Coventry work the ball forward down the far side. It's played into the box here. Well, he tried to, not sure if that was a cross or a shot, but he's ended up blazing it over the top of the crossbar. And that will be a goal kick to Ipswich. Robert Asante trying to get the ball in there. Asante. Now the Ipswich keeper knocks it long, straight down the centre of the field. As Ipswich now with the possession. It's played out wide to this near side as they race towards the Coventry box. Coventry trying to challenge Ipswich with the shots. Sorry, guys. Ball knocked away. Goalkeeper managed to make a good save there. Now the ball worked out wide on the far side for Ipswich. Ipswich just cutting it back into the middle of the park. Played back to the halfway line. Now Ipswich trying to come forward down the centre, but Coventry managed to intercept it. Now Coventry with space to run into. Ball worked out wide on the far side as they try and cross it into the box, but it's blocked off there by Ipswich. And eventually the ball deflected behind, and that's going to be another corner to Coventry on the far side. If you just joining us, guys, please hit that like button if you could, and thank you if you have already. We're on 56 and a half minutes gone. Coventry 1, Ipswich 3. So Coventry now with the corner on the far side. Ball crossed in. It's deep, and that's too deep as it's gone straight behind and out of play, and that'll be a goal kick to Ipswich. So, still plenty of time for a goal. Now Coventry playing it out wide on the far side. They've ended up, Ipswich have ended up deflecting it out of play there. So throwing to Coventry, taken quickly. Coventry just playing it back to the goalkeeper. Now it's chipped out to this near side. Ipswich shifting players across to press the ball. Coventry chipping it forward there as Ipswich head it out of play for another throw-in on this near side to Coventry. Throwing taken quickly. Now Coventry playing it into the middle of the park. As Ipswich come to press the ball. Coventry managed to retain it. Now they chip it out wide on this near side. Coventry play it forward here. Closed down by Ipswich. Ipswich make the challenge there. Ipswich managing to come away with it, but they're pressed back into their own half. But Coventry not giving it up here. So Ipswich in a bit of a cul-de-sac, but they managed to dig their way out of it as they chip it forward. It's headed back towards the halfway line by Coventry. Now Coventry, they've lost it there. It's now Ipswich charging forward on this near side. Coventry scrambling to get bodies back here as Ipswich cross it into the box. It's knocked away by Coventry. Ipswich won it back on this near side. And Taylor tried seeing his teammate running into the box there. Trying to play it in behind, but too much weight on the pass, and it's ended up going behind and out of play, and that will be a goal kick to Coventry. So Coventry to play out from the back. Ball worked out wide on the far side as they knock it forward here. Ipswich trying to challenge. Coventry still coming on the far side as Ipswich do eventually make the challenge, and the ball's gone out of play for a throw into Coventry on the far side, midway inside the Ipswich half of the field. Ball thrown back to the halfway line as Coventry now try to come again. Ipswich coming to press the ball again, but Coventry managed to work their way through the press here as they play it into the middle of the park. It's just kept under control there as they work it out wide on this near side. It's just played back to the halfway line though as Ipswich come to challenge. Now Coventry marching forward as they again play it out wide on this near side, quickly playing it up towards the edge of the box. Ball crossed in, it's headed away by Ipswich as both sets of players trying to win it outside the box. And now Ipswich trying to race out wide on this near side, but the ball just gets away from them there as it goes out for a Coventry throw in, pretty much bang on the halfway line. Ball back in play now for Coventry. As they now work it forward again on this near side. Ipswich trying to challenge. Coventry just managing to retain it as it's played into the middle of the park. Now they switch the play out to the opposite side of the field. Ball played forward as Coventry just managed. Well, it's just gone out of play there. I thought they managed to keep it in, but they didn't. But it's been given to Coventry as a throw-in. Now Coventry quickly playing it up towards the edge of the box, trying to play it in behind the Ipswich defence there. They managed to keep it here, though, Ipswich. Coventry. Ball crossed in. Oh, it's knocked towards goal. Goalkeeper clears it. It's Coventry headed into the back of the net, but the flag's gone up. Well, that was unlucky. They thought they'd pulled a goal back there to get themselves back into it. That's a harsh one, if you ask me. Coventry making a substitution here. Well, it's been difficult to identify that. So it's Jack Rudoni coming off. And Rudoni is called. So yeah, Jack Rudoni coming off and Victor Torp coming on to replace him. Thomas Asanta coming off and Bassett coming on. Now the ball on the far side as it's chipped forward now by Ipswich. Coventry almost coming away with it there, but Ipswich managing to play it into the box as they try and get the shot off. Oh, and it's into the back of the net as Ipswich score the fourth goal. Well, Coventry chasing the game. Coventry chasing the game and leaving themselves exposed at the back. And Ipswich punish them, getting into the box there and scoring the goal. Goalkeeper came to close the angle, but he should have stayed tall there, the Coventry goalkeeper, but I think he leaned too low, crouching down, and made it easier for the Ipswich attacking player to knock it over the top of him and into the back of the net. So Ipswich now 4-1 up. And it's Jarden with the goal for Ipswich. Nice bit of play there from Ipswich, to be fair. Now Coventry with the possession as it's played out wide on this near side. Ipswich coming to challenge. Coventry managing to retain the possession as they play it forward. Closed down here by Ipswich. Coventry just cutting it back there as they play it back to the edge of their own box. Now it's worked out wide on the far side. Ball played forward as Ipswich challenge for it back to the halfway line. Now the referee's going to pull it back for the foul on the far side. So free kick to Coventry. So Jadon Filligan with the goal for Ipswich. Ipswich now get us back underway as it's played into the middle of the park. Now Coventry with the ball as they charge forward. Coventry challenged there by Ipswich. Ipswich managing to win it back. Now they play it out wide on this near side. Ipswich, it's knocked long back up to the halfway line. Won back by Coventry. Now Coventry coming forward on this near side. As they come towards the edge of the box, it's crossed into the middle here. Now it's played out to the opposite side of the field as Ipswich tried a challenge and managed to win it back here, Ipswich. Now Ipswich trying to get on the attack as they race forward on the far side. Quickly moving up towards the halfway line as Coventry try and challenge, but Ipswich still coming here as the ball played out wide on this near side. Ball crossed into the box, knocked away by Coventry, but still not cleared as eventually they do manage to blast the ball away. And it's won back by Ipswich on the edge of the centre circle. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side. Coventry challenge, but Ipswich managing to retain it as they just play it back to the goalkeeper there. Now the ball with the goalkeeper as he knocks it long straight down the centre of the field. It's intercepted there by Coventry, just cut it back, playing it back to the goalkeeper. Ipswich coming to press the ball. As now the ball with the keeper as Coventry try and build out from the back. Now the ball chipped out wide on this near side. As Coventry work it forward here, closed down by Ipswich. Coventry managing to retain it there though. As they play it up to the halfway line. Now Coventry charging forward. Ball worked out wide on this near side as they come towards the edge of the box. Tries to cross it in, but it's a missed kick, and he's ended up blazing it behind and out of play. And that will be a goal kick to Ipswich. Let's have a quick look what's going on in the other games, guys. In the FA Cup, Everton still 2-0 down to Bournemouth, still 0-0 with Preston Wickham. Burnley have taken a lead against Southampton. Stoke 3-3 with Cardiff now. And we're going to pull one back, but they still find themselves behind as it's Wigan 1, Fulham 2. In the Scottish Cup, guys, Dundee 4-0 up still against Adrians. Livingston now 2-0 up against Cove Rangers. St Johnstone still 0-0 with Hamilton Academic. And in the English Championship, guys, Norwich 1-0 up against Derby County. And Sheffield United now 2-1 up against Portsmouth. Goals have gone in the League One. Bolton 2, Crawley 3, Burton 1, Blackpool 0. Huddersfield still 0-0 with Reading, and Lincoln 1-1 with Cambridge. Rotherham 2-1 down to Shrewsbury. Now the ball played down this near side as it's intercepted by Ipswich. Ipswich blasting it towards the box there as it's gone behind, and that's going to be a goal kick to Coventry. Dave is with us. How are you doing, Dave? Welcome to the show, mate. Dave saying, afternoon, guys, Stevie and all fun dinners. How are you doing, Dave? Yeah, I'm flying solo at the moment, mate. Stevie is busy working. And no fan dinners have been in for this one today, mate. But welcome to the show. Pleasure to have you with us, Dave. Hope you've had a good day. I'm sure you're buzzing at your team's win away at Leeds in the FA Cup, mate. Welcome to the show, Dave. Now the ball with Coventry on the far side as Ipswich challenge for it, and it's gone out of play there for a throw-in. Ipswich now with the ball thrown forward. It's intercepted by Coventry. Now, well, there's Ipswich challenge for it there, and it's gone out of play. Another throwing on the far side, pretty much on the halfway line for Coventry. Ball now played forward, intercepted by Ipswich. Ipswich knocking it back down the field as Coventry managed to intercept it. Now Coventry knocking it back up the field, up towards the halfway, to the edge of the Ipswich box, and the goalkeeper just manages to intercept it and now quickly gets Ipswich on the attack as they race out wide on this near side. It's cut back into the middle here. Ipswich fans in full voice in the away end. Ball knocked down the field on the far side as it's just headed out of play there. And that's going to be a throw into Coventry, midway inside their own half of the field on the far side. Well, bang on 70 minutes gone, guys. Coventry 1, Ipswich 4. Now, Coventry coming forward on the far side as they just deflected out of play there. And that's going to be a throw in on the far side of the field. So Ipswich with the throw in on the far side of the field. It's thrown forward here as Coventry come to press the ball. Ipswich now with the possession, worked out towards this near side. It's closed down by Coventry. Ipswich just cut it back there, playing it back to their centre-backs on the edge of their own box. Now the ball played forward. That's again, Ipswich working it out wide on this near side. Challenged by Coventry. Ipswich just managing to retain it as it's played back towards the edge of their own box. Davey saying, hope you and Becky are well, Gaz. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how the team played at the moment. Good team. Good times. I'm sure you are. Absolutely. It's not an easy achievement to go. Now. Oh, it's a wow, Coventry getting a shot off there, but the goalkeeper getting down to make the save. Nicked it off Ipswich on the edge of their own box and got the shot off, but the goalkeeper getting down to make the save. Now the ball knocked up the field as it's now with Ipswich on the far side. They play it forward here, racing towards the edge of the box, and that's a poor ball as it's gone straight behind, and that will be a goal kick to Coventry. Yep. Enjoy, Dave. Not an easy place to go, Ellen Road, to get a result. So, absolutely rightly so. Enjoy the victory, and you guys progress into the next round of the Cup. Who do you want, Dave? Who would you like in the next round, mate? Premier League game? Maybe a big payday against Arsenal or something like that. Get Arsenal at the Den. Or maybe Chelsea. But yeah, we're good. Thank you, Dave. Dave saying, what's the score, guys? It's Coventry 1, Ipswich 4, mate. And Dave saying, hello, pitch side, bro. Pitch side been in? He must have come in before I started the stream then. And so I've not seen him, his comment show up in the chat. So Ipswich have won a corner on this near side. So apologies, pitch side, if I've missed your comment. I've just not seen it. Can't highlight it if I don't see it. So I don't know why that's not come up unless you've put it in before the show started, mate. So my apologies. Ball crossed him. It's now Coventry with the possession, racing forward. As Ipswich just managed to make the challenge. Now Ipswich with the possession inside the centre circle. As they now just managed to keep the possession there as Coventry push plays forward to press the ball. But thank you, Dave. Now the ball worked out wide on this near side. It's played forward here as Coventry challenged for it. Now the referee blows for a foul. It's going to be a free kick. Oh, come on. Now we've got some shenanigans going on here. A little push there from the Ipswich player. So it's going to be a free kick to Coventry on the edge of the centre circle. Dave is saying our second keeper was on fire, saved the penalty as well. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'll see if I can catch it maybe later on the highlights. But yeah, I was hoping you guys. I've got to be honest, Dave. I didn't fancy you guys winning that one because of just our Leeds normally pretty strong at home. But I was saying it last night. I hoped you'd win, but I just thought maybe Leeds would be a bit too strong for you today. But that proved not to be the case. You guys pulling off a really good cup success there, knocking out Leeds out the FA Cup. That's definitely something with bragging rights, mate. And Dave saying, I want Man United at the Den. Yeah, I can't fault you there, mate. Well, they're there. Yeah, I don't think United would like a visit to Millwall. Let's be honest. The way they're playing at the minute, they would not like that, would they? There definitely could be potential for an upset there. Sorry, guys, just losing my earpiece. Now, Coventry with the possession on this near side. The race to the box. Ball played in. As the goalkeeper makes a save at the near post. And it's deflected behind. That's going to be a corner on this near side to Coventry. FN Tex. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the show, FN Tex. Welcome to Football Fanden and the Fanden community, mate. Pleasure to have you with us, mate. Hope you're well. And welcome to the show. Corner comes in for Coventry. It's headed away as it's knocked out towards this near side. Both sets of players trying to win it there, but eventually it's gone behind and out of play, and that's going to be a goal kick to Ipswich. So, yeah, pleasure to have you with us, FN Tex, saying we're doing so bad. I know at the match right now. I'm not. Is that I'm not at the match right now? I'm presuming you might be referring to Coventry. Are you Coventry fan, mate? Sorry, I can't see your logo. My apologies, mate. Oh, Coventry now with the ball played into the box. It's knocked away by Ipswich. As Coventry pick it up on that far side. Coventry coming again here as they play it into the box. It's cut back, ball shot towards goal, and the goalkeeper manages to make the save at the far post. But Coventry having a little late spurt here. So, yeah, I'm presuming you're referring to Coventry, FN Tex. Sorry to hear you are disappointed at your team at the moment. I can't remember where you guys are in the league, to be fair, off the top of my head. But I've watched the previous game you had in the FA Cup. We covered it here on the channel where you played Sheffield Wednesday. I thought you guys played quite well in that game. It was a tight game. But in fairness, mate, obviously Ipswich have been in the Premier League. They're currently in the Premier League, so they've got, a little bit more financial resources to call upon. You guys haven't had a spell in the Premier League, so you guys have obviously got a stretched finances, which limits what you can do in the transfer market. So I won't be too down on your team for today's result, mate. If you are a Coventry City fan. Dave saying hello, text. Awesome. Thank you, Dave. And Dave saying hello right back. Loving the positive vibes. Thank you, guys. So substitution here for Ipswich. And also substitution for Coventry. So it is Jamie Allen coming off for Coventry, and Ralph Bonges Rodriguez coming on. And for Ipswich, it is Jack Taylor coming off and Jens Kajisti. Apologies, guys. I do know one or two of the Ipswich players and one or two of the Coventry players, but I've not watched enough for you guys to know all the players you guys have got at the moment. We cover that much games here on Funden. I try not to concentrate too much on players. I'm more try to concentrate on getting better as a commentator to keep you guys well informed what's going on in the games. So yeah, apologies there if I was pronouncing that wrong. Now Ipswich with the possession, just played back to the goalkeeper. Now it's worked out towards this near side. Ball knocked forward up the field as Coventry head it back in the direction it came from. Bit of head tennis going on here as eventually Ipswich get it down on this near side. It's knocked forward as Coventry now coming towards the edge of the box as they managed to come away with the ball there. It's Ipswich not keeping it under control. It's knocked towards goal, and it's again an easy save there by the Ipswich keeper. Dave saying, Tex, are you a Coventry fan? And he's saying, yep, awesome. Cool. Well, I think you're the first Coventry fan to come and get involved in the Funden community chat, mate. It's a bit quiet today, but I think a lot of the regular Fundeners are watching their own teams this afternoon with a lot of football going on around the grounds. Dave saying, neither did I expect to beat Leeds, but we've beat them twice now this season. Awesome. Well, at least you're honest, Dave. Massive respect to you there for that, mate. At least you're honest. But yeah, I'm glad to see you guys having a bit of success. So you can get a good cup run going. Maybe, like I say, maybe draw Man United and make a few quid and cause an upset as well. Now, Coventry on the far side as they play the ball into the middle. It's challenged by Ipswich. Ball chipped forward there, and it's deflected out of play. That's going to be a corner on the far side for Coventry. So, yeah, respect to you, Dave, for the honesty there, mate. FN text saying, I meant I'm. Oh, you're at the match. You're at the match right now. All right. My apologies, mate. Well, thank you for dropping in, mate. Appreciated. Pleasure to have you with us. As I say, keep your chin up, mate. Obviously, for you guys, the main thing at the moment, I think, is obviously trying to do well in the league, start improving results. As I say, I can't remember exactly where Coventry are at the moment. Now, Ipswich coming forward on the far side as they race up towards the edge of the Coventry box here. Coventry coming to challenge for it. So it's just cut back there. Now, Ipswich playing it back inside. As Coventry come to press the ball. So, yep, thank you for that, FN Tex, and thank you for dropping in, mate. Dave saying, nice one, Tex. You're better in the league than the cup. Well, like I say, you got, obviously, I know Coventry fans will be wanting to obviously have a cup run. That would be nice. Of course it would, but it's sometimes it's just, it's just, that's just football, innit? You just can't win them all, unfortunately. And Coventry, another club that's starved of finance, let's be honest. I wish every club could have a spell in the Premier League, even if it were one season, just to get the riches of the Premier League. You're talking 140 million just in the first season alone. That's not to mention the parachute payments. So imagine that kind of money coming into any club that's not had a spell in the Premier League. They'd suddenly feel rich beyond measure. Now the ball played forward. It's won back by Coventry. Coventry knocking it forward here, but it's intercepted by Ipswich. Now Ipswich knocking it long down the far side as Coventry just getting back and knocking the ball back to the goalkeeper there. Now Coventry with the possession on the edge of their own box as they edge the way forward here. Ipswich coming to press the ball. Coventry just managing to retain it. It's chipped out wide to the far side, headed on by Ipswich as it's knocked out of play on the far side for a throw into Coventry. About 5 yards from the halfway line, just inside their own half. Now the ball thrown in as Coventry now trying to work it forward on the far side. Challenged by Ipswich. Coventry just managing to keep the possession there as they're forced to cut it back, playing it back to their centre-backs. Now they play the ball forward into the centre circle. Coventry just managing to keep the ball under pressure there. It's now worked out wide on this near side as Ipswich come to press the ball. Coventry still with a possession here. Don't forget, guys, we're into that final 5 minutes. Please do hit that like button before you leave. Would be appreciated. Thank you very much to you guys that have been kind of positive enough to do so. No, you might, if you're a Coventry fan, you might be disappointed. But we have no control over the result, guys, as I'm sure you know. But your support is appreciated, even if you're disappointed with the result. If you're an Ipswich fan, I'm sure you're buzzing to get into the next round of the Cup. But tougher tests to come yet for you guys, in fairness. Now Coventry with the possession on this near side. Frog in the throat, sorry guys. On this near side, ball played into the middle of the park. Now Coventry quickly moving the ball out wide on the far side as Ipswich come to press the ball. Coventry just managing to retain it there. Now it's played forward. And Dave's saying Coventry are 12th and Millwall 13th. Well, like I say, that's unfortunate. Obviously, you guys mid-table at the moment, both of you guys mid-table. But like I always point out, you've got to remember, guys, that these championship clubs like Coventry, Millwall, Preston, these kind of clubs, you guys have not had that rich of being in the Premier League for even one season. Look at some of those clubs that are playing in the Championship that have had spells in the Premier League. Leeds, Sheffield United, the list goes on. There's so many clubs down there in the Championship that have had a spell in the Premier League, which has given them that massive financial investment into the club. So if you're a club like Coventry, Millwall, or Preston, these kind of clubs, you guys are fighting against the odds, with the odds stacked against you, with that lack of investment, which limits what you can do in the transfer window, makes it much harder for you guys to compete for the slightly better players at Championship level. But yet, there you are, holding your own, sitting mid-table. That's an achievement in itself, considering you're playing against considerable amount of clubs in the. I mean, I bet there's got to be at least half of the Championship clubs that have had a spell in the Premier League in the last 10, 12 years. There's got to be at least half of those clubs in the Championship. Norwich comes to mind. Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, not Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, Sheffield United, Leeds. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but there's plenty of clubs in the Championship that have had a spell in the Premier League, which has gave them that financial investment. And like I say, clubs like Coventry, Millwall haven't had that luckiness to get that investment, which will make a massive difference, guys. It'll make a massive difference to you guys being able to pay out that little bit extra. I'm not talking about kind of Premier League players like where you're paying 18 million for a transfer. I'm talking where you're paying, 2-3 million for a player, which for a club that's been in the Premier League, that's easy money to find. For clubs that haven't been in the Premier League, that is not easy money to find. And that sounds crazy in today's age with so much money being bandied about in football. But like I say, if your club's not had a spell in the Premier League, it makes it so much harder to compete for those players that are worth 2, 3, 4 million pound, whatever it is around that price bracket. But like I say, for a club like, you know, like Norwich, or Sheffield United, they've had a spell. They get the parachute payments, makes it much easier to afford a player that's costing 3, 4 million pound. So thank you, Dave. And Dave saying more than half, Gaz. Yep, you're probably right. Probably is more than half of the championship. But I'm just saying, roughly, it's about half of the teams in the championship that have had a spell in the Premier League, which means they've had massive cash injections into their club. And when you get in, I think, what did they say? I think it was it. I remember reading in the playoffs, I think when you win the playoffs over the course of one season in the Premier League, and then if you got relegated again, with the parachute payments, it's worth in the region of £280 million to a football club. That's if you just have one season in the Premier League. 280 million. Imagine what Millwall or Coventry could do with that kind of money, to invest in the team. It would make you guys so much easier for you guys to compete in the transfer market for those players in and around the mark of about £4-5 million players. You know what I mean? I'm not talking the stupid player prices that Premier League clubs pay. I'm talking the average player prices for the best quality championship players that are costing like £3, 4, 5 million, that kind of region. That cash injection from the Premier League will make it so much easier to compete for those players. But if you haven't had that cash injection, then you're having to go to the bank manager and say, can you do us a loan? And while you're trying to get the loan, while your club Coventry or Millwall is trying to get that loan, a club like Norwich that's been in the Premier League can just cough it up because they've got it. They've got it sat in the bank because they've had that cash injection. That is the difference between a club that has had a spell in the Premier League and a club that has not had a spell in the Premier League. So, yeah. So if you're a Coventry fan, keep your chin up, guys, because you guys sitting mid-table might not look the most attractive at the moment, but when you consider the opposition you're playing against of clubs that have had that spell in the Premier League and cash injections, you're holding your own. So might not be most enjoyable place to be sitting in mid-table, but as I say, you're holding your own and giving a good account of yourselves. Now the ball with Ipswich. 3 minutes have been added on as Ipswich now racing into the box. Coventry just managed to knock the ball away. It's won back by Ipswich outside the box. Now they play it out wide on this near side. So just keep it in play there. It's cut back as Coventry come to press the ball. Ipswich just playing it back into the middle. And now switching the play out to the opposite side of the field as Ipswich come towards the edge of the box again here. Played to the byline. Ball crossed him. Headed wide. And that's going to be a corner to Ipswich on this near side. David saying our last two strikers cost us a lot. Ivanovic, 3 million, and Negley, 4.5 million. That's what I'm talking about. That's the average price, isn't it, for a decent quality player in the championship. And like I say, if you've had a spell in the Premier League, that money is easy to find. But if you haven't had a spell in the Premier League, that is difficult to find that money because you have to go, like I say, your club has to go to the bank manager and say, can you give us a loan so we can do this and do this? While you're getting the loan, the Premier League or the club that's been in the Premier League can just cough it up. You know what I mean? I do feel it's so unfair in the Championship with that imbalance. It really is so unfair because it makes it harder for clubs like Millwall and Coventry to try and get into the Premier League to get some of that riches because you're competing against clubs that have got bigger financial budgets because of having a spell in the Premier League. Anyway, guys, there goes the full-time whistle. Keep your chin up if you're a Coventry fan. You guys did well to try and compete against the Premier League club today. But congratulations to Ipswich. Good performance from you guys as you march on into the next round. Tougher tests to come for Ipswich, but you give a good account of yourselves today. and showed your Premier League quality, arguably. Coventry, I think Coventry fans can be proud of themselves as their team because they did try to compete. Just unfortunate that they could not be ruthless in the final third, but they certainly created plenty of opportunities getting forward to try and create chances, and did create chances. But as I say, that is the difference sometimes between being a Premier League club and a Championship club that's starved of finance. So as we finish, guys, it has finished Coventry 1, Ipswich Town 4. Let's have a look at the full-time match stats. Don't forget, guys, if you could, please do hit that like button before you leave. Would be appreciated. Thank you very much if you have already. I'm just going to bring up the match stats here so you guys can have a look, and we'll have a quick look round the grounds as well, see what the games, what's going on in the other games before we wrap it up. Oh, here we go. Should be coming on your screen now, guys. my computer always up. So there we go. Here we go. It's on the screen. So this is how the game has gone in numbers, guys. Total shots 14 for Coventry, 11 for Ipswich. Shots on target 6 for Coventry, 6 for Ipswich. Possession 54% for Coventry, 46% for Ipswich. Passes 452 for Coventry, 411 for Ipswich. Pass accuracy 84% for Coventry, 80% for Ipswich. Fouls 2 for Coventry, 11 for Ipswich. Yellow cards, none for either team, which is a rare thing these days. Red cards, none. Offsides, 3 against Coventry, 4 against Ipswich. And corners, 11 for Coventry, 5 for Ipswich. So there, you're looking at them stats, guys. You can tell, looking at those stats, that Coventry did have a right go at Ipswich. They got equal amount of shots, actually more shots on goal, but equal amount of shots on target. Plenty of corners, and having the slightly better of the ball possession. So be keeping your head held high if you're a Coventry fan. Ipswich fans be obviously pleased with that result. As well, I don't know actually. I don't know how Ipswich fans. Let me know if you're an Ipswich fan. Are you happy that you got through to the next round, or would you prefer to just push the cup to one side? Obviously, with you guys competing in the Premier League, which is a real battle at the moment for clubs, isn't it? Um, Davy's saying, and another 4 for thing. Looking up at Millwall. Absolutely, yeah. Good to see the ownership and the board making that to obviously try and push the team on in Wall owners. It looks like Wall owners wanting to get into the Premier League with that kind of investment. Anyway, guys, let's have a quick look what's going on around the grounds before we wrap up the show. If you've got any final thoughts, if you've done games today, so I'm going to jump off very shortly. I've got to run my lovely lady to work shortly. So here is out the games on, guys. In the FA Cup, finished Leeds 0, Millwall 2, Leyton Orient 1, Manchester City 2. 1, Ipswich 4, as we Everton 0, Bournemouth 2, Burnley. Stoke have drawn. That one's also gone to extra time. Wigan have lost 4-0 against Adrian. Livingston winning 3-0 against Coventry. A late goal winning 1-0 against Hamilton Academic. In the English Championship, guys, Sunderland 2, Watford 2, West Brom 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Norwich 1, Derby County 1, Sheffield United 2, the FA Cup. Rotherham and Shrewsbury Town 2. And Wrexham also match postponed against Leyton Orient. In League Two, guys, Bradford City 1, Harrogate Town 0, Swindon Town 3, Port Vale 3, Accrington Stanley 0, Wimbledon 0, Barrow 3, Gillingham 0, Colchester United 2, Walsall 1, Crewe Alexandra 0, Newport County 3, Fleetwood 2, Cheltenham Town 0, Grimsby Town 2, Carlisle United 1, MK Dons 0, Bromley 1, Notts County 2, Morecambe 0, and Salford 2, Tranmere Rovers 0. In the Scottish Championship, guys, Falkirk winning 5-2 against Partick Thistle. That's the only game in the Scottish Championship today, probably because of the Scottish Cup. In Scottish League One, guys, Annan Athletic 2, Dumbarton 1, Arbroath 3, Inverness 0, Montrose 2, Alloa Athletic 2, Stenhousemuir 2, Queen of the South 1, Scottish League 2, Bonnie Ridge Rose 3, Peterhead 4, Clyde 2, Stranraer 0, Forfar Athletic 0, Edinburgh City 1, Spartans 0, East Fife 1, Stirling Albion 3, Elgin City 1. Into the Northern Irish Premiership, guys. Finished Carrick Rangers 0, Colorina 1, Glentown 1, Dungannon Swift 0, Larne 0, Crusaders 1. In the Welsh Premier League, guys, finished the New Saints 4, Pennybont 0, Carnforth Town 1, Havisham and West County 1, Cardiff MU 2, Bailey Town 1. In the relegation round in the Welsh Premier League, Conakry Nomads losing 1-0 to Brittany Ferries, and Newtown getting a 1-1 draw with Barrytown United. So there you go, guys. That brings you bang up to date around the grounds across the UK. Max. How you doing, Max? Welcome to the show and welcome to Football Fan Den. Hope you're well, mate. Pleasure to have you with us. And welcome to the Fan Den community. Although we are just about to wrap it up. Max, a pleasure to have you with us, mate. Max saying Luton, Ipswich never had cash injections to go up last 2 seasons. But what you said is also true of top Premier League promoted that too. Thank you. No, you're right. Luton didn't have promotion. Ipswich, I can't remember, didn't Ipswich have a spell before that in the Premier League? But yeah, you make a good point, mate. I'm just talking generally. I'm not meaning absolutely every club, and I'm not meaning it's impossible for a club to get promoted that hasn't had investment. I'm just meaning generally there is a lot of clubs in the Championship that have had that Premier League investment. But yeah, you make a good point, mate. I take on board what you're saying. As I say, I'm not saying it's impossible for clubs that haven't had that investment to get promoted. I'm just saying the majority of clubs that have had that investment tend to obviously have that advantage. But thank you for sharing your thoughts, and appreciate you pointing that out to me, mate. Thank you, Max. Good point, mate. Dave saying, great second half, Gaz. Sorry, I missed the first half. Hope you and Becky have a great weekend. Thank you, Dave. I've worked most of it up to now, and I'll be probably back on tomorrow working on the channel again. But thank you, Dave. Appreciate your kind words and well wishes, best wishes to you and the family as well, mate. And also the dogs as well. Hope they don't steal too many of your pies this weekend, mate. But thank you for dropping in, Dave. Always a pleasure to have your company and conversation. As I say, best wishes to you and the family, and send our best wishes to your daughter and obviously the babies who are on the way. Thank you, Dave. Top man. And hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sure you will with that positive result from your team this weekend. Dave will certainly make you enjoy your weekend that little bit more enjoyable, I'm sure. So yeah, right, guys, that's it from me. I am going to wrap things up. No more comments to read out. So I'm going to wrap it up. and go and have a nice cup of tea. And I put my wind down as it's been a long afternoon working this morning, and then 3 streams we've covered today, 3 matches. So hopefully see some of you guys on future streams. Thank you to everybody been listening in the background. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're a Coventry fan, keep your chin up, guys. Still, obviously, the chance for you guys to work hard and obviously try and get into those playoff positions, possibly. If you're an Ipswich fan, congratulations into the next round of the Cup. Hope you guys get a good draw that helps you and generate a bit more money. Dave saying, cheers, guys. Top man. Thank you, Dave. Same to you, mate. As I say, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Top man. Thank you, Dave. And yep, so I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. If you have any thoughts on the game or any other games that you have watched this weekend, then that's what the comment section's for. That is why we're called Football Fanden UK, so that you guys can have your opinions. That's why we always have the live chat open to involve you guys. But obviously, when I'm not streaming, you guys have the option of leaving comments below, and I will always make every effort to reply to your comments when I can. So take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and well out there. I look forward to hopefully seeing some of you guys on future stream. But for now, that's it from me. Take care, guys. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.